Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with another video. This time around it's gonna be a quick one because I'm just gonna go over the major points of the new update and what you can prepare yourself for before you start the update. So, spoiler alert, it's not a lot of stuff because a lot of it is tied into some of the new stuff that we can't get a hold of, but there's some old stuff you can get yourself some hands on so you guys can start preparing a little bit for the new updates. So I will do it like class and then the biome and then the dragons and then the gems and then lastly also the subclasses. But it will be a very small TLDR of everything you can farm. I have done the numbers and stuff like that. So if you want to see those, you can go to the description. I've typed down some of the stuff, and do keep in mind that everything is subject to change because we're very early in the PTS cycle. So there are going to be probably a lot of feedback that are coming in right now, and a lot of prices might be changed, maybe going up, maybe even going down, and so forth and so forth. So just keep that in mind when you look in the description and so on. So just wanted to mention that in the beginning. So let's jump in with the new class. All right, so first up, we got the new class, and you probably want to get your hands on some Flux because the new stuff is going to be, now some of the stuff at least is going to be tradable, but it's going to be very expensive. So you're better off farming it yourself. But Flux is always great to have on hand, so, stack up on some Flux before the new update. And also, start maybe as this update comes out, farming some of the new materials. That's a good way to make Flux because everybody wants the new materials and are willing to pay a decent price for it. Second thing you want to look for is, of course, the gem dust. You can farm that at the moment. Most of the materials for the new class is tied into the new zone, so those are not going to be available until the update comes out. But you can get your hands on some of the old dust, cosmic fire, air, and water. You can stack up on that and get yourself, because it is tied into crafting the new class. So yeah, that's all you can really farm. Prepare yourself for Flux, and dust is all you are able to farm pre-handedly for the update. So let's move into the new zone. All right, so the new zone, as you can see on your screen, there is nothing other than probably some Flux. You can't really prepare for the new zone because the new zone, everything is basically new, as you can see. But I didn't want to mention the new zone because people might miss it. Maybe watch one video and not watch another one. So I wanted to mention the new zone again. So this is going to be a very short one, just saying, hey, there's nothing going to be, you can prepare for the new zone. Just get out there when the new zone comes out. Farm yourself maybe a lot of Flux or a lot of materials to crafting the new class or some of the new stuff that are getting introduced in the Sunrise update that we're getting in probably like 2-3 weeks or so. But yeah, that was the zone. As I said, a short one. Let's move on to something more impactful, the new dragons. All right, so we got the new dragons. As you can see on your screen, we don't know where the fragments are coming from. One of them has the same name as one of the ores that are new, so I'm pretty sure it's kind of sort of tied into you get fragments out of getting those ores, as we're used to with some of the dragons like the Infinium dragon and all those stuff. So I'm pretty sure that is going to be where you are going to get it from, but at this point we don't know where the fragments are coming from. And as also you can see, you need 1,200 coins in total to craft all of the dragons, and plus of course the fragments that are going to be various where we are going to get them from. I will make a guide coming out when we know when it goes live, because when it goes live it's sort of set in stone and it's much easier to make a guide. I'll make a guide for all the 4 dragons where you're going to get the fragments and how you're going to craft it, as I've done with all the other dragons. And as you can also see on the screen, Golden Dragon Effigies works on 2 of the dragons. 2 out of 4 dragons is going to be working on. So before you go ahead and also use your Golden Dragon Effigies on these 2 new dragons, make sure you know where to get the fragments, because they might be super easy to get the fragments and then it's not really worth using a Golden Dragon Effigy on them. Maybe it takes you 2 hours and then you got the dragon. That's not really worth using a Golden Dragon Effigy if it's that easy, basically. It's sort of better for some like the Sky Fire Dragon and stuff like that. But those are the 2 dragons that are available for the Golden Dragon Effigy. The other 2 are not. So those you have to farm anyway. So that was the dragons. Now we can move on to the new gems. Alright, so we got the new gems, and as you can see on your screen, what you want to stack up on is your Horseshoes, your Luckbugs, and of course your 9 lives, because when you still can get you can convert your gems, if you didn't know, 100% 1-to-1 in from Stellar to Crystal, but you still, when you get to Crystal, there's still 5 levels to go, and it's very, very expensive to go from each level. Like I said, I did some calculations in the description if you want to go check that out. Again, it's subject to change, and I'm not a mathematician either, so I did my best to see if I couldn't calculate how much you need of everything. But there is a lot of things to keep track of, and things like that, with 18 classes and 12 gems on every class, and you know, all have to go up and down, and it's different for each level and stuff like that. There's a very lot of stuff to keep hold of. So like I said, Horseshoes, Luckbugs, and 9 lives, stack up on those. If you are in the end game, you probably have them lying around, but you might have skipped out on some of the weekly, you know, contests and stuff like that. You're kind of missing out on Horseshoes, Luckbugs, and 9 lives, just because like you maxed out everything. Like, what are you gonna need it for? So maybe you should look into making some of those, you know, some of those, what's it called, contests during the week, just to stack up on some of them some more. Then the second thing is, of course, all the dust. You're gonna need a lot of dust to get them from level 25. Even converting them over, you are going to miss or need a lot of dust. That's what I missed. And not miss, but you're also gonna miss it. But you are gonna need a lot of dust to get yourself to level 30 for every single gem. Also, you can also, of course, get your converters some other way, and that's, of course, with your star bar, as you can see up there in the top. Of course, your cubits every single day. Of course, this is the PTS server, but it's going to cost you 15,000 if I go right here. This is a placeholder, by the way. They have the Rejuvenator skin right here, but it's gonna cost you 15,000 for each of these. So if you're running, like rocking like a lot of the cubits, you are going to be able to buy a bunch of these, but it's gonna cost you a bunch as well just to get converted every single gem to level from Stellar to, of course, Crystal. So better start doing those star bars, and especially if it's star bar week, which is going to be, I think it's going to be next week. I think invaders are just before this, so it's going to be next week. Well, technically I'm doing this on a Sunday, so it's going to be tomorrow. That's going to be that. So maybe even using some Patreon, getting some of that 3,000 cubits. That is not too shabby in my opinion now. So actually just, you know, it actually just became the most incredible week is now Star Bar week because of that. Or you can go ahead and just farm them. There is methods of farming the converters as well without doing these as well. But I put that in the description as well. But that's what you can farm for the new gems, Horseshoes, Luckbugs, and 9 lives, and then of course all the dust in the world. And of course also your weekly or daily, star bar as well is very important as well. So those 3 things you can farm at the moment to prepare yourself to getting yourself into the crystal gems we're getting with the Sunrise update. Lastly, I just want to talk very shortly about the subclasses. So lastly, I just want to talk about the subclasses, and the Knight subclass got buffed even more. So maybe it's time to look into maxing out your Knight, or at least getting it to maybe 25,000, 30,000, 35,000 or so, because that just does help with the shield that you get if you get on low life. Also helps with the movement speed as you get there. It doesn't change, of course, the flask capacity. That's going to tie into the level. So maybe if you haven't leveled up your Knight yet, maybe it's very time you are going to look into leveling up your Knight to max level 30 to get beneficial of those extra 6 flask charges. But other than that, maybe look into maxing out a Knight for a change or something like that. So just because they buffed it. But that was it. I hope it was short enough for you guys, and you guys got an overview of what you can farm for the update, and mostly it's just gonna be dust. But I hope you guys still enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. Helps me out very much and super much appreciated. Love when you guys, you know, interact the other way as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.